When you rub shoulders with a person long enough, they rub off on you. You start to use the same words for things, you see the world in the same way, and you even start to behave like them. The people we surround ourselves with form who we are, yet we are often peculiarly blasé about it. We should take much more ownership of and give much more consideration to who we keep company with. This is one of the many practical things Epictetus, and Stoicism generally, can teach us. Stoicism is a school of philosophy that teaches us how to live well and cope with the challenges of life. One of the aspects of Stoicism is how to deal with toxic relationships, which are relationships that are harmful, abusive, or destructive to our well-being. Here are some points that Stoicism teaches us about coping with toxic relationships. A huge part of Stoicism comes in recognizing the power of choice we have in our lives. It serves as the slap in the face that tells us, don't blame the world for your decisions. Stoicism is the philosophy that says we should change what we can and endure what we cannot. And every day, every moment, begins with a choice. You choose your company and friends. Epictetus advises his readers to seek and choose the company of philosophers. By this, he does not mean those professionals locked in dusty libraries and boxy offices. Instead, he means those people who actively want to better themselves, who want to become wiser, kinder, and more fulfilled. They are the ones who make you feel proud about who you are but also who impel you to behave better. They cultivate virtue. They encourage, support, and give advice, but they also call you out when you are going off course. Philosophers, for Epictetus, want you to flourish. The Stoics believed that the only thing that is fully in our control is our own judgments, decisions, and actions. Everything else, including other people's behavior, opinions, and feelings, is not in our control and can change at any moment. Therefore, we should not waste our time and energy trying to change or control what is not up to us, but rather focus on what we can do to improve ourselves and our situation. By doing this, we can avoid being affected by the negativity, manipulation, or hostility of toxic people, and maintain our inner peace and freedom. Set healthy boundaries and expectations. The Stoics also advised us to be careful about whom we associate with, and to choose our friends and partners wisely. They said that we should seek the company of those who share our values, goals, and interests, and who can help us grow as human beings. They also said that we should avoid the company of those who are vicious, ignorant, or corrupt, and who can drag us down or harm us. Therefore, we should set clear boundaries and expectations with the people in our lives, and communicate them respectfully and firmly. We should also respect ourselves enough to walk away from those who do not respect us or treat us well. Practice forgiveness and compassion. The Stoics also taught us to be forgiving and compassionate towards others, even those who hurt us or wrong us. They said that we should not hold grudges or seek revenge, but rather understand that people act badly because they are misguided, confused, or unhappy. They also said that we should wish them well and hope that they will find wisdom and happiness someday. By doing this, we can free ourselves from anger, resentment, or bitterness, and cultivate a generous and magnanimous spirit. Seek support and guidance. The Stoics also recognized the importance of having good role models and mentors in our lives. They said that we should learn from the examples of wise and virtuous people, such as Socrates, Cato, or Marcus Aurelius I, who faced adversity with courage, dignity, and integrity. They also said that we should seek the advice and feedback of those who can help us improve ourselves and overcome our difficulties. Therefore, we should not isolate ourselves or suffer alone when we are in toxic relationships, but rather reach out to those who can support us and guide us. When focusing on things within your control, your interactions become more authentic and enjoyable. Instead of spending time contemplating what you can get from them, you're able to focus on what you can do for them. When you stop worrying about what they're thinking or why they're behaving a certain way, you're given more time to enjoy their presence and engage in the moment with them. Additionally, Stoicism becomes imperative in the event that a relationship begins to unravel. People tend to behave irrationally when relationships begin to fall apart, which oftentimes makes things worse. Eliminating emotional response will provide a level of internal peace in a time of external chaos. Stoicism also provides an opportunity to analyze the relationship objectively, which has the potential to improve the foundation of the relationship. The other side to this coin is the ability to consider the condition of the relationship from an impartial state of mind. This is nearly impossible when you're coming from a point of irrationality. The distinction between rational and irrational behavior pertaining to relationships is the place in which your admiration comes from. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the significance of rational behavior, which leads to more complete and genuine relationships. Your affection for the person isn't based on their idea of you or the attention they provide, but instead on your opinion of them. This counters the common occurrence of a person changing who they are to become who someone else wants them to be. Now that a rational state of mind is established, you can see the relationship through a completely different lens. Not only will your internal perceptions change, but the way you interact with the other person in the relationship will shift as well. When you spend less time worrying about or reacting to the behavior of the other person, you gain a sense of clarity and inner peace. Taking the focus away from the other person gives you time to reflect on your own character. This ensures you maintain a sense of self and improves self-awareness. Instead of focusing solely on the other person, Stoicism invokes a greater understanding of independence. This allows you to create personal goals while also defining boundaries with the other person. When you're given time for self-reflection, you're able to clearly define and communicate your role in and perception of the relationship. Because Stoicism promotes rational thinking, you're better able to deal with confrontation and hardship within the relationship. This will drastically improve the long-term health of the relationship. Implementing Stoic philosophies creates more awareness and a greater ability to focus on the now, otherwise known as living in the moment. Your conversations become more engaging, your interactions become more authentic, and your relationships become less transactional. If you practice this, stronger relationships will inevitably follow. In summary, Stoicism advocates for the ability to deploy gratitude and admiration from a rational place. This leads to better self-awareness, more authentic interactions, and holistically superior relationships.